Snaps, again, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, snaps.com. Again, that's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. First hot topic of the night. There's a new condom that change colors when it detects an STD. What do y'all think about that in the chat? I know the chat gonna be buzzing on this one. Let me know what y'all think about this in the chat. Again, there's a new condom that changes color when it detects STDs. Let me know what y'all think in the chat, because this is crazy. Me personally, it's about got time. It's about got time. I don't understand how this is not developed 10 years ago. We in the age of technology. I love this. I love this because this keeps the playing field as safe as possible. Because first of all, we gotta do a better job at vetting, and we have to do a better job at having the uncomfortable conversation about having or doing the my charts before you even get intimate with somebody. So the fact, if you do that and have the condom to, get it popping, and if it changes a certain color, like, whoa, if you keep on going, it could be a lot of, this is risque sex here, So I love that because, again, this helps give more protection to people sexually. Because let's keep it real. A part of the reason why HIV has gone up, chlamydia has gone up. What's the other one? I can't think of right now. Herpes have gone up. 1 out of 2 adults in this country has herpes. We're in that realm. 1 out of 2 adults in this country, in the USA, has herpes. So the fact that, again, they developed a condom that detects this just gives more added protection to what people need to do in protecting each other. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to affect anybody, and you don't want to be infected neither. So I love this. I think, again, this keeps the pool safe, or safer, I should say, in the realms of having sex. But these cases haven't gone up by accident. Like, we got to keep it all the way real. Most people that end up with these cases are having unprotected sex. Simple and plain. Not using condoms properly, not using condoms at all, whether it's, for vaginal sex or oral sex, having dental dams. So again, people are risking it for the biscuit. And it's not benefiting us as a culture, as a community worldwide, because again, this is getting higher and higher. On another end, I've heard people argue and saying by them having more cases is better because it forces the administration to develop cures. Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because in my opinion, I believe the system is built on having control of the population, or population control. So an STD that could lead to death is a part of population control. So if our society was built on saving people, because I honestly believe that they have cure to the AIDS and all these diseases, but the money is in the medicine, not in the cure. So I really believe that. And they just not going to share it with people. And because I also believe there's people that had serious diseases, but also was able to get rid of it due to doing the proper research, taking the proper medicine, and having those foundational medicines in the minute of things and got rid of whatever, STD that they may have had. So I honestly believe that there's a cure to all this stuff. And I don't think it's going to force the administration, the health administration, to not even force a cure, but to give a cure. Be like, yo, that saves some people, yo. We're not gonna have enough people around here. So again, I think this will be great because it keeps the pool even safer. Let me check out the chat real quick. So when do I find out the color change at the end, or do you test it for a few seconds? Because when I'm on, who's stopping to check to see? Just ask that. That's a great question. That's a great question. Or as soon as it puts in, the color would change or not. They didn't go that in depth in the article as of yet, but it's coming out, and of course when it comes out, it's gonna, because those are questions that popped up immediately. It's like, yo, so while I'm in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it changing colors on the spot? Like, and if it does, it's like, whoa. But you made an interesting point, because do it change at the end? Like, because once you in. When it feel good, it feel good. So, but what's a movie that I always think back to when we have these hard conversations about sex? And as a kid, I'm like, yo, that could never happen. But it's like we kind of going into that, that frame is the movie Demolition Man, with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. And Sylvester Stallone character had an intimate scene with the woman in that movie. I can't think of her name right now. Sandra Bullock. And she was like, yo, would you like to have sex? And he's like, yeah, of course. Like, what you mean? Like, a fine ass woman like you, of course. She goes to the back of her room. She get all dressed nice and sexy. She brings the whole bowl, and she like, yo, put these on. And he like, oh, all right. He got a shirt off. He like, all right, this is new. So he put on the virtual joint. She got on the virtual joint, and then it's getting popping in the virtual world. And he like, yo, hold on. I thought we was gonna smash out for real. She like, nah, that's too many diseases involved. So when we have these interesting conversations about sex, it made me think about the movie, because it feels like we're going into virtual sex, and I would hate that. You know what I'm saying? If the pool got that muddy and crazy where we can't have no physical sex, it's gonna get scared, spooky hours out here. People can't have for real sex. So again, those are some great questions. I want to know the answers to those questions. That was the first thing that popped up in my mind, and they're gonna have further information regarding that. But the condom is coming out with it detects STDs. So again, I think that's great for the culture of dating. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic.